On this episode of the Bozo podcast, the boys have a special guest, CoolPaden. Dan gets locked in Mizkif's bathroom, and Nathan's car explodes. Welcome to the Bozo Show.
Welcome to the Bozo Show. We have a special guest, Paden. Paden's here.
I'm
Welcome to the
Paden.
Bozo Show.
Thank you for having me.
Wearing my Colorado jersey.
Yeah, I honestly might have to get me one of these.
Hockey
I feel
jerseys-
very confident in it.
Hockey jerseys are nice.
It's pretty nice.
Dude, especially in the winter, you wear a hoodie under it, and then it's like extra design. It's
Yeah,
all
you
colorful.
get a little outfit going.
That's the move.
This is going to be like, I think, the most hectic podcast that we've done so far because it's the most eventful like week or like week and a half.
Well-
and then also we're just having another person, another
We've been busy.
perspective.
We did take a week off
took a
because
week
we have
off.
friends in town. Not Paden. Paden lives here now.
Oh yeah, I live here. Big things to celebrate. Do I look at the camera?
You can. Well, look. I usually look at him, but
I
you can do
usually look at him,
whatever
but you
want.
can also look if, you know, you do like The Office and you're like,
When you have a big reaction, you go camera,
yeah,
and then you go
camera.
back to
Yeah,
conversing.
that's good. I'll do that.
Yeah. Well, you were in the middle, so now you have to look back and forth, which
Like
is kind of fucked
Malcolm.
up.
I think that's what was throwing me off.
Yeah.
I didn't know where to look when I was
Now you gotta
talking.
go back
you can look
and
at
forth.
them.
I'm wearing this red, white, and blue action because the first event that we have to talk about is the 4th of July party.
Oh
that
yes,
we're all
yes
at.
indeed, yes
Yep.
indeed.
So we had plans to go to Paden's house, aka
Yep.
Sick Nasty's house. Paden lives with Sick Nasty. At the other house,
Or Sick Nasty lives with me.
That's true.
He's
Could
stuck
say
with
that.
you. He's trapped with you.
I support this.
But basically, from my point of view, I'm at work, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna leave work a little early. I'm gonna go to Sick's house and spend 4th of July with everybody. And I show up, and there's like 10 people there.
Everyone had
Yep.
left by then.
Everyone had dipped out. Apparently, there was a second party that was planned like that day.
It was like 10:30. We got DMs.
Yeah.
Saying there was gonna be another party.
Which is crazy because we've like I think Sick and Brian like planned this whole thing like pretty last minute
Yeah.
because there was no other plans.
Mhm.
And then like day of like the morning of 4th of July, another party got announced.
Yeah.
And it was Russell inviting everyone to do like a little pool party at Mizkif's house, I
Yeah,
guess.
Miz-
Does
yeah.
Russell live there too?
Yeah,
Russell
Russell
lives
was
there.
there.
Yeah,
Russell
okay.
was there. I don't know. I was trying to think of like a more homogenous term for the house. I've been thinking about it. I don't know what to call it.
What does homogenous mean?
I guess
Like inclusive
but
of all of
yeah.
them.
Oh, okay.
But
gotcha,
I
gotcha.
think Mizkif owns the house or whatever.
That's
but
probably true.
people
So-
know it as Mizkif's
Yeah,
house because
Mr.
Mizkif's
Moneybags,
the
yeah.
streamer that, you know, it's his like offices in there
Yeah.
and whatever. But it's like sunset, 4th of July after work. I think I drank like a Red Bull and then we got beer and then went on over because like basically everyone that was at Sick's house left over was like, can we just like merge the parties? And Russell was like, that's on me. Like you guys can come.
Yeah.
So we all showed up and then we're just like straight up pool party. Like everyone's in the pool in the hot tub, like barbecuing hot dogs and shit. There's like plenty of drinks to go around. It was
It was a
fucking
good
sick.
time. My perspective of people leaving the original 4th of July party was Sick came up basically like right away when I came and was like, hey, so like there's another party going on. People might leave a little bit later. And then like randomly, like an hour into it, I think 12 or 13 people left at like the exact same time,
Yeah.
pretty much. Just like a
Crazy.
huge just mush towards the door. And I was just like, I think I know where they're going. I think they're going now.
Yeah. I left earlier, too.
Oh, really?
I left my own house early, and then we get there. I instantly start drinking. I was like, we got a long day ahead of us.
Damn right.
And I made good time. I got there pretty quickly, as I often do.
I had work the next day, so I wasn't planning on drinking. My company doesn't give holidays, so I worked on 4th of July, and I was going to go to work the day after. So when we were heading over, I bought one drink, just one tall boy of like twisted tea or whatever it was. And I get there and I realize it's a pool party and I just hop in like the hot tub and start drinking. And I'm like, all right, this is too much fun. Like pool
This
party's
is
too
too-
much
this is
fun
too
to
good to
not
pass
get
up, yeah.
hammered. So then like I just proceeded to get like more twisted teas from who I think they did like a beer run at some point and came
Yeah.
back with
We
like 3
DoorDashed
cases.
alcohol.
Oh really?
We
That's what it was?
I still consider the overall night a success for me because last year for the 4th of July, there was like a really big party at like an Airbnb.
Oh,
Everybody
yeah.
went out. I just don't remember last 4th of July.
Did you get too high or too
I
hammered?
too drunk, too many beers. I think that
Too many beers.
That's when I discovered I was already really drunk. And then I looked in the fridge and I saw a Monster can, but it was obviously alcoholic. And
Oh
I'm like,
no.
They make alcoholic Monster?
it's called Beast.
Wait,
And
that's real? What the
that was
fuck?
my and that
Is
was
it
my
like
thought.
caffeinated, like Four Loko?
Yes.
Oh god.
And so I was literally like really drunk. I was like, I'm done drinking. Open the fridge. I'm like, I need an energy drink. I see Beast and I'm like, okay. I'm like, I literally went to somebody else. I don't even remember who at the party because again, don't really remember the night. And I was just like, this is Monster but alcohol, and they said yes, and I had 2 or 3.
Oh my God.
Christ.
And then that's where it ends.
See, that's crazy because that, like, last year I was more responsible because, again, I was working on 4th of July and the day after, and I didn't drink that party. And I drove home, like, that night. That I almost got killed by, like, drunk drivers. Like, there's no joke in Texas. Like,
That's
drunk drivers on 4th
They
of
don't
July
even
are
need to be
crazy.
drunk. It's no joke driving in Texas.
I would be driving the left lane as soon as, like, someone's approaching me from behind because they're always, like, going, like, 30 yards or 30 miles per hour faster than me. I would just get in the right lane. I would go 2 lanes over and get out of their way.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys I think slept over that place, so I just went home.
Yeah.
and worked
This
in the
year,
morning.
you almost slept over in their bathroom.
Oh yeah, dude.
I had a little staycation over there.
So I was drinking a lot and I was in the hot tub and all of a sudden I'm like, I gotta pee really badly, and obviously I'm not gonna pee in the pool because I'm
Obviously.
not a scumbag.
Do you think anybody did?
Oh, yeah.
Probably.
Oh,
Yeah,
almost
probably.
certainly people were peeing in the pool.
I never did. I was like,
I'm
I'm gonna
not-
hold this honor
I was
code.
respectful.
Yeah.
I leaned over the edge of the hot tub because the hot tub's kind of like raised over the pool, right? Mm-hmm. And Russell's in the pool and he's like the host of the party. So I'm like, Russell, like, what's the best option to go take a piss? And he's like, oh yeah, you can go inside and then there's like a bathroom to the right.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, all right, bet. So I get out of the hot tub, I dry off a little bit. You know, I don't want to like get the floor all wet.
Yeah.
And I go down the hallway and I go into the bathroom and it's like, it's a weird bathroom. It's one door from the hallway, and then so I close the door behind me and I lock it, and it's just like I turn around, the room's just a sink. It's just a sink room, and then
Yeah.
there's a second door that leads to like the bathtub and another like the toilet.
Oh, so there's like the powder room section.
Yeah, there's like a powder
then-
room and then a separate door that goes to the bathroom. So I go into the sink room, the powder room, and I turn around and I lock the door. And I'm pretty drunk at this point, so I'm not really paying that much attention. I just have to pee like really badly. So I go in the second door and I don't lock it, but I turn around and I close it, and then I start taking a piss. And I'm like, you know, I'm all happy, I'm smiling, I'm pissing, and then I finish up and I turn to go open the door to go back and wash my hands, and there's no door handle on the door.
You locked yourself in.
Yeah. So like it's one of those ones where it's one of those like you like a handle that kind of goes down like this. It's not like a circle handle. So
It's a lever.
So I'm trying to like turn the little cylinder, and I'm like, it's like there's like a screw in it. I'm ripping up my thumb and the thing won't turn. It's like that like tight for some reason. So I'm like, fuck, what do I do? I'm like stuck in this bathroom, and I hear the sliding door open, and I bang on the door. I'm like, help me, help! Of course, no one came. No one came to help me. So then I'm like, how the fuck am I gonna get out of here? And I don't know how I didn't see the other door, but I turn around, and there's like, it's a small ass like little toilet shower room, like, basically the size of like 2 bathtubs. And I turn around, there's a second door. I thought it was a closet. I open it, it goes out to another sink room, but that sink room's connected to a bedroom. And the lights are off, so I'm like creeping around. I don't know if anyone's in there. I'm like, oh, is anyone
Now
in
you're just
here?
sneaking through someone's room.
Yeah, basically, which is like, you know, rude. So the lights are off. I sneak in, and I'm like, are you instantly like recognize like it's Simply's stream background?
Oh, great,
basically. So I'm in Simply's room right now, and I'm like, fuck, like. Now
Fuck,
I'm like,
this is my
now I'm
dream.
getting to
This is
see his
everything I wanted.
carpet
Still wet
floors.
from the pool?
Yeah, it's carpeted floor, so I'm getting the carpet a little wet, and I'm like just like tiptoeing through his room. No one's in there, thankfully. And then like he has a door that leads out to the hallway, so I'm like, okay, I gotta go from the other side and try to get in the other door. Obviously, I fucking locked it, so I'm like trying the handle. No one's in the hallway behind me, and I'm like, fuck, how do I do this? So I go back into Simply's room to go to this to try to find something. You know how like on doors there's like a little hole on the doorknob?
Just
You
in
can,
case,
like,
yeah.
pop the lock open. Like usually like there's something on top of the door frame, like a little metal thing.
Yeah.
There's nothing. So I go into Simply's sink room, and I'm like not trying to be
You're not
rude, but
trying
I'm like
to-
looking through his drawers trying to find something. I find a chain that has a ray gun on it, like from Call of Duty, like zombies. And I go and I'm trying to stick the tip of the ray gun in the hole, and it's not reaching because there's like a little thing that's not allowing to go in. I'm like, fuck. So I go back and I put the chain back, and then I'm freaking out like this whole time. And then all of a sudden Corey comes inside, and Corey is like really inebriated. And I'm like, Corey, you live here, right? Like, you gotta help me. Like, I
Help
locked
me
myself
out.
out of the bathroom.
Please.
Like, I can't get in. Like, there's 2 doors. There's no door handle. And he's like, man, now I gotta go get my toolbox. Like, what the fuck, bro? I'm like, dude, I'm so sorry.
And you were gone for a while.
Yeah.
Dude, this was like 10 minutes of me like trying to figure out how to open these doors.
I was like looking around. I was like, Did Dan leave? Like exclusively Dan leave the party? But
Dude, I felt so bad. I was like freaking out. And then all of a sudden, like Corey disappears to go to his toolbox, and he's gone for like 15 minutes. So I'm like standing outside the bathroom. Like I think Issa came inside, and I was like, bathroom's locked. Like sorry. And then Simply ended up coming inside, and I was like, so we got like a little bit of a situation here.
issue.
And he's like, what happened? And I'm like, I kind of like locked both sides, and there's no door handle. And he's like he was super nice about it. He was like, yeah, that's like our fault. Like we should have like replaced the door handle. Like that we fucked up. And I was just apologizing profusely.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm so sorry. Like I didn't mean to fucking do it.
The way that you described everything, especially when you were trying to make, like you're trying, because I never went to the bathroom. I don't know what it looks like, the layout. You trying to describe the layout made it sound like you're having a fever dream and you're going through like a house that just like doesn't make sense.
Dude,
like a Euclidean house.
It's a weird layout. It's like door, sink, door, bathtub, toilet, and then another door that leads to a sink room and then Simply's room. It's like two sinks that surround this toilet room.
And then
it's
the
so
fact
weird.
that you're walking out of the bathroom in a Simply's room and you're just like, I've been here, but I remember
I was like,
this.
yeah,
and you're dripping wet and it's just like, what is
there's
going on?
two rooms on both sides and two doors, like to go to a bathroom and a closet, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
But when I like asked Russell where to go to the bathroom, he just said, yeah, just go to the right and it's down the hall. And I was presented with the 4 doors. I was like, I didn't know what it was.
doors.
So I just opened one, I start tiptoeing and it was Simply's room. And I'm like, no, I'm just in this guy's room.
it's like Simply's room is right and then another right, and then there's like a closet, and then there's the bathroom, sink room to the toilet, and then there's another room to the left, which I don't even know what's in there. I don't even check that door.
I was really drunk. I don't even think I locked the doors. I think I just went and shut the door.
The only person's room I went into while really drunk was Russell's because I needed trash bags. And he was like, I have trash bags. Go in here.
I think that's also where the site of the second bathroom was that everyone started detouring to once I locked myself in there. But Simply's solution was to try and rip the cotton off of a Q-tip and then use that to stick in the little hole. That didn't work.
You need to be able to turn it, don't you? The Q-tip just takes a circle.
It's a Q-tip. It's not.
It's not.
Yeah.
It literally did not click on anything. And then eventually, like this is literally like 30 minutes later, Corey comes downstairs with tools and like pops the screw out of the door handle and then gets the toilet, the door that has no handle
Just
out
takes
open.
the door off.
And then he could unlock the outer door from the inside, and everything was chill. And then, oh, dude, but I just like, I must have apologized to Simply about 6 or 7 times. And then I go outside and everyone's like, where the fuck were you? You're gone for like 30 minutes. And I was like, dude, I don't want to talk about it.
Do you remember the feeling of the door opening finally and being allowed back into freedom?
Thank fucking God. Like, I didn't fuck up this whole party's bathroom situation, because everything's more dramatic when you're drunk. So
yeah, for sure.
Like really Simply's like told me it wasn't a big deal about 8 times.
You're drunk.
but
It's your first time at big streamer people's houses,
Yeah,
and you want to
exactly,
make a
that
good
too.
impression. And it's just like everything's fucked.
I'm the
dude.
guy that
Holy
fucked up the
shit.
door.
You went through the emotional distress of being like, I'm in this weird maze labyrinth. This doesn't make fucking sense. And then you get out, and now you have to be like, oh, you're the maze keeper. I'm sorry, I don't know your maze.
So it's a super weird bottom floor layout. I don't know.
I kept looking for Mizkif's room, and I didn't know that his name was Matthew. So when the sign said Matthew's room, I was like, all right,
that's not it.
Next one, probably it.
His room is like right in that same hallway.
Yeah, it's right there. I just did not put 2 and 2 together.
I did not explore the house. I'll say I kept
I didn't go
outside.
upstairs or anything. I
You didn't
kept
go
to
upstairs?
The way that
No.
you described it, you're like, I was on a mission. I was checking everywhere.
Oh no, I was more
"Where's
just like
this
I was
going?"
more like looking around, like I was scoping the place
I
out
see
to come
you.
back.
Really?
I was like
You're
Snooping
casing.
around.
It's called casing.
casing. That's what it is.
Casing.
Yeah. Yeah, I would just like go to pet the cat, and I'd be like, all right.
Oh, where's the cat? Oh, I gotta follow the cat upstairs.
Where's the cat going? Jewelry.
Oh,
Jewelry.
shit! You got a chain here? How much is this?
I would not steal.
No,
I would
that's
not.
wrong.
I steal.
We were very respectful because we want to be invited back.
Oh,
you
I don't
guys-
steal from them though. I
Oh,
don't steal
okay.
from them.
Did you guys ever have Klepto Phases?
No, not me. Maybe like
Maybe.
not in like from like retail stores or anything I get arrested for, I guess. Like maybe like school or like a friend's
Yeah,
house. I would
yeah.
swipe like a video game or something.
You swiping video games, bro?
One time I took my friend's Super Mario 64 DS cartridge and
Those
took that
DS
home.
cartridges are small.
I'll say this.
It was
I don't
easy to
steal
palm
from
away.
friends, but I do think I probably can classify as a kleptomaniac, at least especially when I was a little kid. There was one time when my aunt was taking, like looking after me for a day or two, and the drop-off point, like, they met halfway, my parents and my aunt. So they met at like a grocery convenience store area. I went in with a hoodie, and if I'm a kid, kids can be all shapes and sizes. I went in and I made myself look big, when I went in. And then I went to the Halloween section, and I got a big bag of candy, and I just put it under my sweater, and I just walked out a big boy.
They just thought it was like Lil Terrio.
Did it work?
It worked. They just, I'm assuming the attendant just thought I was a bigger boy, and I'm just a little bit weird sometimes. So like, I think my parents wouldn't have second guessed like, why is he walking like this? I just do that sometimes.
Right now.
And I think I was so impatient. Got away scot-free. I opened it up very quietly, like I went in my hoodie, opened up the big giant bag, pulled out a piece of candy, and was eating it on the way home. My mom was like, "Oh, that's nice. Your aunt got you candy." And I was like, "Yep, that's right,
You
Mom.
little scumbag.
Damn right."
Dude, I knew this girl in middle school who would like stick like lipstick and like mascara in her sock and then walk out of the CVS. She like just steals so much makeup.
I would never do that. I would allegedly, is that the word?
Allegedly, yeah.
Allegedly, I would allegedly steal Pokemon card packs from the CVS.
Oh shit!
And
See, that's worth it.
they started selling them behind the counter.
Oh,
after
damn.
they kind of caught on after.
Like they did. They really got you.
They
dude.
got the cigarettes
Yeah.
and the Pokemon
My
cards.
mom would just go, and I would just be like, "Yoop."
That's fucked up, man.
I know.
Some kid was trying to get their Charizard.
I know,
and he
bro.
stole
I
their
think about that all
chances.
the time. I had a kid steal my Lego Boba Fett.
What?
What?
That's
Gage, if you're out there,
See,
I
that's
still
the
hold
thing.
that grudge.
Fuck you, Gage.
I think from a young age, I recognized I don't steal from people. I steal from entities, legal bodies.
Oh yeah.
But
Fuck the corporations.
Costco's, all the whatnots.
Ooh, I stole some
The
stuff from
has-beens.
Costco. They didn't scan them when I was
Oh,
checking
really?
out, so that's on them.
That's true.
I didn't do
no,
anything wrong.
That's not the thing. That is just on them.
Yeah.
That's just on them.
I stole my mom's credit card once to buy Cube World. You remember Cube World?
Yeah, I do remember Cube
That was
World.
like
Damn
the
right, we all
one thing I
remember.
ever was like, this is so fucking hype. I have to buy it.
I need this shit right now.
And then I remember being upstairs and she was like, I gotta cancel my credit card. Someone's like, what the hell is this? Cube World. And then I was just like sweating, like the Key and Peele meme. I'm like, oh
she
fuck.
won't know.
So
She doesn't
I
know.
fessed up, and then she yelled at me, and then was like, can we refund it? And I was like, no. And I'm like,
He's just
Cube
lying.
World.
Just lying.
$23, but she's still freaking out.
Broke.
It was like, yeah, basically.
Brokey, come on.
You were the brokey. You couldn't buy it.
I was like 8 or something. I was a kid.
A
I
pretty
didn't have a job.
resourceful 8-year-old though.
Dude, I'm crafty. That's the trick about me. I lead on a lot less than my brains actually are. So I pretend I'm dumb and then I'm actually smart.
I think I pretend I'm smarter, but I'm.
Oh, really?
dumb. I think I'm the opposite.
I think I try something. None of it's working.
No, when you're dumber, you get like let off for a lot more. So you can just
That's
like
true.
You can
That's
just be like,
true.
oh, sorry, I just forgot. And meanwhile, it's like I didn't forget. I like just
People
intentionally
be
didn't want to
talking
do
to me
that.
and they'll just be like, "Are you still with me?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, just,
Yeah, of course.
Just kind of look like that, yeah."
That's the goal, honestly. So you can like peek in and peek out, and they have no expectation for your conversation.
One
That's
time,
the thing. You gotta have no expectation. That's the trick.
One time, my teacher was like, "Yeah, look at Paden. The lights are on, but no one's home." And I didn't get what that meant, and I was like, "Damn right, Miss Irby. Damn right."
I like the idea.
I don't know what
That's
that means.
toxic. What the
It's
hell?
especially funny though when you don't actually understand. You're just like,
I was like, "Yeah, I agreed."
You're like, hell yeah, damn straight.
I was like,
I'm like, what house? I'm
"You don't know where I live."
Dude, the funniest thing from your point of view was when you were playing what was it, jump ball in the pool at the party?
Taps.
Taps, yeah,
Taps.
taps. And I'm just like, I'm in the hot tub, and again, the hot tub's like raised over the pool. I'm just leaning over, going like, "Come on, Paden, let's see it, Paden."
I was getting heckled.
You kept
Getting
dropping.
ridiculed. The sun was in my
You
eyes.
kept losing lives while I was just like heckling you the whole time, and you're like, "Dude, come on, don't fucking chat."
I
to
owned
me."
up to being bad though, to being the first one to get out. I did own
Yeah.
up to it.
Dude, Snow was like an athletic weapon. That guy was like,
Oh, I
fucking killing
underestimated
it.
him. I was like, he's
I
short. I
know.
got this.
But he was jump ball and everything. He had good hands. He
He's
didn't
spry.
drop much. Yeah,
That's
he's
why
got
they call
good
him
arm
Spry
on him.
Snow.
Dude, and then I think it was Rocky at the
Yeah.
end, scammed the shit out of him. He gave him like the worst throws, and then he was just like, you know what? I'm over it, and took the loss. It's fucked up.
One thing I'll say is, it like looks over. There's like a really nice horizon view from the outside. Not anywhere near as many fireworks as I was expecting though. I was expecting like a bunch. 'cause-
Yeah, but I mean, the area it is probably is like more like snobby rich people.
The only
so-
fireworks that were like immediately close to us were the ones that some people were setting off.
Yeah.
And some of them may have allegedly not left the ground and just blew up.
Some of them
Wait,
might have
really?
just blown
Yeah, they
up.
just blew up they just blew up in this middle of the street.
Did you guys go up to see it?
I-
didn't. I was in the pool.
Ooh,
still or
I
something.
went up to go see it with a big group of people, and then halfway up, one of the Miz was in the group, and Miz was like, "Everyone, stop! We're all going into S-Fan's house, going into his room, and telling him to stop streaming, to go out and hang with us." And everyone except for me and Eve, all 12 other people just went in, and I'm like, I don't know S-Fan. I don't want to go.
I would hate if someone did that to me.
Yeah, so I was
I would
just
hate
like,
that.
I was like, I'll pass. I'm gonna go down back to the pool, I guess.
It's like it's chill. It's just like all your friends. But if it's just like random people that are like friends,
That was
with
my
your
thing.
neighbors,
I couldn't
and-
tell like who in the group was like friends with everybody and
Yeah.
familiar and who wasn't. And I'm like, I don't want to just like impose myself and be like, yeah, I'm down to go into S-Fan's house and tell him to stop streaming.
Yeah, like I'd say I know Simply and Russell pretty well at this point. But like I don't know.
You know
I
Simply
don't
very
know-
well at this point. I
Yeah,
would
at this
say.
point, yeah,
That's true.
But and Corey, who else lives there? But I don't know like Miz that well. I've talked to him like twice, and then like S-Fan even less. And but
Yeah.
he lives at the house next door.
Well,
so-
Miz came over to my place after
Wait,
the
really?
pool party. Yeah. Yeah.
the fuck?
It's really funny. So I heard everyone saying like we're going back to our place for after party.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, whatever. I didn't leave until Niz drove us back, and then we get back to our place and no one's there. No one's there. So I'm like, I guess no one's coming. I go upstairs, I put pajamas on, I start making Raisin Bran.
Yeah.
And I come downstairs, and Mizkif and his little goon squad is all here. E-Rob's there, and I'm just like, I'm eating my cereal. I'm like, not to be rude, man, but like, who invited you? I was like, who do you know that lives here? And he's like, Russell's coming. And I was like, oh, okay.
Okay, it's fair.
Okay.
I just think there's something so funny. I can't imagine going downstairs after like turning off, putting my PJs on, like
Yeah.
eating, like about to eat cereal, and I just see fucking Mizkif
I
and
can
everybody
imagine
just
it.
sitting.
Like
by,
social-
well, I'm sure you
Yeah,
can.
it was just like weird. I was just like, I'm not
like,
upset. I just don't know why this is happening.
I just would have been like, what?
Why? Who? Why?
Who?
Why?
Why?
I was like, no one else was here that he knew, so he was just beyond confused to be there.
Was it just him, or was it like a couple?
It was him and a bunch of other
Yeah.
people. But they all like rode together.
Yeah.
And then Kate and Issa walk out of like Cam's room, and then he saw the
Yeah.
shorties, and then he went over to them, and I was like,
okay.
I'm going to bed. I'm not.
Well,
I'm
I know
not-
Miz and Issa are like know each other, because Issa's like a Miz chatter.
A Miz
and, like,
chatter,
whole
yeah,
meme
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
He
So-
he talked about it on stream too, and he made it seem like
Like she's a stalker.
Like a
Yeah,
stalker. It was very, very funny.
How do you know?
I guess we
'Cause
don't.
she's a pretty
That's
normal
good question.
girl in my eyes, from what I know of her.
Lots of
She
people
could be, I
Lots
guess.
of
I
people
don't
seem
know.
normal.
That's fair, actually.
But
Do I seem normal? Do I seem
No,
Okay.
not at all. There's something wrong. There's something going on up here that
Well.
it's not right.
I
I'm
will
working
say
on it.
July 4th was not the only party
That's
It's
true.
true.
that weekend
We had that weekend.
or week.
That week.
Well, on Thursday we went out to a karaoke bar.
Yeah.
I
With
don't know.
no karaoke. mind
Yeah,
you.
they were doing like, I had like a
DJ.
drum and bass DJ for some reason.
Which I think was just due to not checking. I'm guessing because it sounded like everybody was ready to karaoke, and then they got there, and it was just.
yeah, literally.
Yeah, no one knew until we all got
it was like
there.
hard drum and bass, like.
Oh, it was
upbeat.
loud. I was on the other side of the fucking.
Yeah, we were playing. Most of the night was spent playing pool and darts and
Yeah.
and shit like that. But how did that even come about? Like, what was the? Does anyone know how that started?
I know that Tectone was like, come to karaoke on Thursday night.
Mm.
So we were just inviting other people, and we were just telling other people to come. And then it was becoming a big thing.
Yeah.
Then we get there, no karaoke.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're like, yeah, it's rave night actually. And we're like, oh, okay.
All I know is for a little bit, at least, karaoke was like a consistent thing that would happen, and then it fell off for a little bit. And so I think the reason why it became a big thing was people were like, karaoke's back. So, because I think they're doing like every other week.
Listen, I didn't even know about it till like the night of, because Noah was like, "There's karaoke happening tonight. You're coming," and I was like, "Ugh, I don't want to leave my house. I was having a bad week.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to leave my house. And then eventually, like an hour after we were supposed to leave, he like got me out of the door.
Yeah, that's just me with most things. Most things, I just don't keep track of what's going on. People are just like, "Oh yeah, by the way, we're going out now."
Yeah,
and I'm
and I'm
like,
like,
"Cool."
"Oh, okay."
That's how I
Okay.
prefer it.
Alright.
I don't like to do anything. I just like to be like go along with.
Yeah,
someone.
I'm not a
It-
plan maker.
It feels like free play versus story mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that Thursday night started the cataclysm that was this
Oh yeah,
weekend
yeah.
because
You've been.
I've been on
busy.
like a 4-day bender. I've gotten drunk the past 4 days in a row before today.
Me and you both, brother.
Well, we have our friends TJ, Dolk, and Psychic in town.
Yep.
And literally at the bar, TJ bought me like a shot, and then I bought him a shot back. And then, well, I had first gotten a double vodka Red Bull because I wanted to get like a little bit drunk because I didn't want to be there in the first place. And then eventually, like, I started hanging out with everybody, and I started getting more comfortable. But then I'm like 5 shots later, after I bought TJ a shot as like a reversal, you know, because he bought me one initially, and then he bought Jaeger bombs at the same time. So I'm like, okay, now I have a green tea shot and a Jaeger bomb to take at the same time, and then I'm like 5 shots deep, and I'm like sort of almost hammered at this karaoke bar while trying to like play pool and hang out with people, and then eventually like I went home and I went to work late on the next day because I was fucking not in a good spot. It was crazy.
That's a video, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
How was your karaoke night?
My karaoke night was good. I wasn't gonna drink. I drove there, and then Cam was like, "Do you want to drink?" And I was like, "I guess." So I started. I actually got there when you got your drink, and I got a double vodka Red Bull.
Yeah.
Kind of wake me up.
Same thing.
And that set me off for the night.
Yeah.
I had like a vodka cran and another shot later in the night, but I couldn't even tell you. Alcohol just hits me hard, and then I'm coasting the rest of the night.
I'm at a state right now where I feel like a middleweight. Like I'm not a lightweight anymore, where it's like 1-2 shots will do it, or like 1-2 beers. Now it's like I need a good 4 or 5 drinks, or like 4 or 5 shots. So I'm not quite like 12 beers and I'm like chilling. Like I'm like a middleweight now. I'm a cruiserweight.
It hits me like a truck.
I think I can drink a little bit more than I was able to before. I don't think my marijuana tolerance has gotten any higher or lower.
Allegedly.
It's not it's decriminalized, Mom.
Mine's probably gotten a little bit better, but I don't really smoke. I don't really like it. So.
But I didn't pretty much drink anything at the karaoke bar thing, except I got like a 24-ounce, or I think it's the right amount. I got like a big beer.
Like a tall boy? Oh, you got like a pint.
Yeah, I got like a pint.
Like a draft glass.
Yeah, and I like just took like a sip or two, and then people were planning to switch bars, like basically like 10 minutes after I got it.
Yeah.
Which didn't even end up happening.
Yeah, so we went outside, and then I was like, what do I do? And they're just like,
chug it.
And so I pounded the fucking beer.
Hell yeah.
And then for like 10 minutes, I was like, I'm fine. And then I think Brian was like, let's go get ice cream. So I went to get ice cream with Brian. And then I sat down, and then I was like, oh, so this is what happens when you chug an entire beer. And then you're just like, let's go somewhere.
Everyone went to In-N-Out and ice cream from like my house and like your house. And then I was just like, well, now I'm alone. And then Jackson showed up randomly. I don't know where he came from. All of a sudden, Jackson was outside, and I was like, oh. And then me and Jackson went and played darts, and everyone came back inside and started playing pool and stuff again. But
we didn't swap bars, but I don't even remember where we went afterwards. Because we didn't go back to the bar.
Did we go ahead?
We went back in the karaoke bar.
We went back into the bar. Yeah, we tried to switch to a bar that was like the next building down.
But we had some people who weren't 21 who were
so
just
we went back to the other bar.
Hang out.
It's hard to get minors to drink.
Yeah, I mean,
well, we weren't even trying. To be fair,
they're underage. I guess
they're
not minors.
They're not supposed to, and we don't buy them drinks or
we don't
allow them to drink. That's not what we do.
That's not what we were
hang out
doing.
With minors.
I didn't buy any people who were not eligible.
And 18.
I did not buy, especially minors, but I also didn't buy people drinks who were under 21 in general. I don't think anyone
weren't drinking.
Did. They just were
Psychic literally drove home, and Cam drove him home, so they don't drink. Get off our asses.
They're clean.
Of shit.
Okay.
Mom, cut this out.
Mom, cut it out.
Mom, cut it out.
We should probably reset the camera.
Mom, reset the camera. So, what about Tutankhamun? I'm sorry. Tutankhamun?
What's wrong with you?
Me, that's like a dad joke. You'd like fart and then you'd come. It's me, Tutankhamun.
Okay, that is awful.
At all.
My dad doesn't talk about that with me either.
Do you remember how we got home that night?
No,
because I don't.
I don't.
I don't remember who drove me home.
I think
it was Noah. Yeah, Noah's sort of sober.
Thank you, Noah Lang.
For the most part. I don't think he had that much to drink, so he sobered up and took us home. But it was like late though, because I remember like going to sleep at like 3 a.m. and trying to like eat food and recover so I could go to work the next day.
You know, I could have. There was a
Didn't happen.
chance at one point that I could have potentially drove people home. Now I can't drive anyone anywhere.
Oh yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah. You guys did the off the meds
That's true.
video,
That's
bro. Talk
true.
about that.
I think that was literally like a day or two after that.
I watched the video, but I'm sure there's like extra stories that happened because
Did you think I was funny?
I did.
I pulled out, like, all
in the
my,
car,
like-
in the car, bro. That was, you guys were fucking hilarious.
I tried to think of all my best jokes and bits, like, stories that I had, and I pulled them all out for that one.
Banger. Yeah. So if you don't know, or if you haven't been paying attention,
We have a
to the
sister
other-
channel
Sister, is that what we're
That's
calling
our
it?
sister channel.
Sister channel.
because our roommates are.
Because we're not. It's not our
do it.
channel, but they're like family to us.
It's like
Yeah.
JCPenney and Macy's. You're both in the mall, just different sides.
Exactly.
Sure.
Exactly.
So Off the Meds is a channel that one of our roommates, Seb, and our friend
And his
Sick
roommate,
do.
My
Sick.
roommate, Sick.
Yep. And they do like an Eric Andre like talk show. And one of the things that happened was while we had Paden on for an episode, just like what's the spur of the moment? Let's drive to Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
We're both pumping and dumping him.
Yep.
First they had him, and now we have him. We're sloppy
Sloppy
seconds.
seconds.
Sloppy seconds, baby. But we drove for like 45 like minutes or so from where we were in my car, and it's really funny because honestly, it couldn't have turned out better than it was. The entire time they were pointing out how my car would always
Your
make
car is
fucking noise.
Fucking weird. Like,
Yeah.
it's all
I
broken.
thought the car was really nice. I did.
The interior is nice.
Interior's nice.
But the
a lot
engine
of
isn't.
compliments. I was like, this is a really nice
It's
car.
got cup cooler, cup
Yeah,
heater.
yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Well,
Not anymore.
electric still works. I can still heat and cool cups. I just can't move the car.
Yeah, but your AC also clicks about like 15 times before it stops. And
Yeah, that's okay though. But the entire like drive there, especially in the video, it's just cutting between like random like bits and jokes, and then cutting to you being like, "Oh no," they like acknowledge the car beeping and shit, and even, "Oh no, this car's great." Like, what do you mean? No, it's fine. I honestly, it's great.
Wait, so what day was this?
Tuesday.
Okay, this was Tuesday. So they were doing the episode in the normal set, and basically it was like, oh, welcome to Texas, Paden. And then Buc-ee's came up, and Paden's like, oh, I've never been to Buc-ee's. So then they transitioned the episode from the set to just being in the car the whole time. And then the bit was that when they get to Buc-ee's, the video, they don't even show the
Yeah.
Buc-ee's thing. The video
Yeah,
just
I didn't
ends.
know about that until I watched the video, and I was like, it's getting to the end. I haven't gone inside
Yeah,
yet.
it's like minute 20, and we're still in the car.
There also, I guess, was one bit on the way. Do you want to? Because tell your
tell your
recalling.
traumatic
Oh, yeah.
story.
So, this is not on the way back, is it? This is going to?
This is going to do that bit.
So, we're on our way to Buc-ee's. The car's making all kinds of noises. I'm just getting used to it. I might
Yep.
die. And then there's a banging in the back. I'm like, okay, what could that be? There's nothing back there.
who knows?
There's
Back
nothing
tire's
back
a
there.
little shaky.
Yeah.
There's a,
Honestly, you've been hearing like weird noises coming from my car the entire time.
yeah, the AC was clicking, so I was like, all right, it's probably just some other car part. And then I bang on it for a bit, and then it bangs back, and I'm like, oh, there's someone in the trunk. Somebody's in the trunk on I-30. And we pull over, the guy hops out and just runs.
Yep.
And I would think, okay, we're going to cut the cameras, he's going to get back in the car. Seb's like, no, just go, just get out of here. and we just drive away. And I'm like,
Video's out there if you want to see it.
Yeah.
We can put it in the
We
description.
left him on I-30.
Nathan's literally filming, and you just see through the back, like, rear view window, someone just sprint out of the trunk, and they're like, they get out of the car, and they're just like staring at him running away, and they're like,
And it just cuts to your face, like looking back, being like,
what the fuck was
And
that?
it's been like 20 minutes in the car probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's hot.
So you're in the trunk for a while.
I had never met this person before.
Yeah.
So I couldn't tell you who it was.
nope.
And then we left him. We didn't go back. We
Yep.
didn't pull over.
So,
We didn't acknowledge it, I don't think, even after all
you
of
just
it.
kept
No.
going. You saw a Buc-ee's sign and started chanting,
Hey,
Buc-ee's, Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's.
So basically, the guy in the trunk was one of the people visiting, Dolk.
Yep.
And Seb and Sick kind of like played it off as if they didn't know either, but obviously the bit was that someone's in the trunk for like half the drive, and then tries to freak Paden out by banging out and then just sprinting away.
And then
So-
the other two that are visiting us were like following behind us like 10 minutes.
So the other car basically picked him up
behind.
after he ran down the highway, and then
Yeah, and he was at Bucky's.
He was at Bucky's.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
he just reappeared. You're like, oh, you're the fucking guy that was in the
I'm
trunk.
like, yeah, I see you.
And so, we got Bucky's and we were like, honestly, great video. Probably is going to turn out great. Turned off all the cameras, stopped recording.
Yeah, the video basically ends with Seb being like, oh, you thought we are going to record Bucky's? No, like the video's over. Like, get
Yep.
out of
Go
here.
home.
And then we go home and nothing
Nothing
goes
else
wrong.
happened. Nothing else went wrong.
I had grabbed some food and some snacks. I grabbed a brisket sandwich, pulled pork sandwich,
No,
and a little
brisket sandwich is
chocolate. It was really good. And a little chocolate sundae thing.
Mm-mm.
And I scarfed down the sandwiches rather quickly.
Yeah.
We're driving back. The car starts stuttering a little bit.
It's
And I'm
fine.
like, it's probably okay. It was doing it the whole way here.
Yeah, it was.
Maybe a sign.
Nah,
knows?
who?
Uh,
That's probably fine.
And Seb goes, we should get some oil. And it's like, there's probably some 10-minute oil places around here.
Yeah, when's the last time you got your oil changed?
Who
Not
knows?
too long.
No, it's like a.
It's like a necessary thing.
How
for, like,
often are you
car
supposed to get it
maintenance.
changed?
I
I'm
need
curious.
oil in my car.
Like, it's like, depending on the oil, it's every 6 months.
I did it last year.
It's 3 to 6 months depending on the oil, or it's a mileage thing, which you don't drive your car that
I don't
much,
drive
so
my
it's probably
car
not a
that
mileage thing, but a year is too long.
Hey, we all learn lessons.
Yeah, that was
We
dumb
all
of
learn
you.
our
Where's
lessons.
your lesson right now?
My lesson is I don't have to pay car insurance anymore.
Your immobile car in the front yard.
Yeah, you don't have to pay car insurance, but you also don't have a car now. I feel
Honestly,
So what happened? Did you like get an assessment on the damages or no?
no. I'm getting around to it. It happened a few days ago.
Yeah,
we
that's
still
fair.
have our
We've been
the people
busy.
visiting
Yeah,
are
they're
still here.
They
We
leave
still had
tomorrow.
stuff that we're doing. I've been editing for probably the last 20 conscious hours.
Mm-hmm.
So
might just turn into a little camper.
my turn. Honestly, who knows? But I'm thinking what I might actually do. Replacement. Hear me out. Go like a few months without it, and then motorcycle.
Vespa?
Vespa.
It's cheap enough.
Vespa. Who knows?
A little 50cc, you don't even need a license plate.
Yep. Because I'm like I work from home. I don't usually go out on my own usually, and if we're going out in groups, that tends to be a thing. That's usually when I am
It's just an
going
excuse
out.
not to have to drive
It's an
anymore.
excuse not
which
to
is
have to
fucked up,
drive.
because I hate driving.
And-
have a
I like getting
small
drunk when I
car,
go
and
out.
that's my excuse, is I can only really fit one other person there comfortably.
Mm-hmm. And then like also now I know I was paying like almost $200 in insurance every month. I don't got to pay that
No
anymore.
insurance.
Any of that gas money when I'd be driving my car, I'm not putting money for gas in there. And then that gives me like a $220 like extra savings that if I want to, maybe I do go out by myself like twice a month. That's Uber fare. That's the
True.
Uber fare.
That's true.
And you know what? Do I go by myself out more than 2 times a month? Definitely not.
So since your car is busted, that means you couldn't drive to the Friday night party. So how'd you get there?
I don't remember.
What do you mean you don't remember? You didn't
You're
come
on
with
it?
Noah? No,
No, I
came
wa-
late.
Now, how did you get to the party?
How did
I
get-
drove.
You drove.
Yeah.
So Dan got behind the wheel and came to
No.
our house.
Well, yeah, before I
Stone
started
cold
drinking.
sober. Came to
Uh-huh.
our house with his car.
Yeah, and I left it down the block and then proceeded to enter the door, and the 3 idiots who are staying with us, that would basically the party was 4, I guess. I'm pretty sure that's the
Technically,
reason.
but I think both technically.
Yeah.
I think the party was in reality for the 3 people visiting.
Mm-hmm.
But for the bit, it was Seb's birthday
Oh,
party.
yeah. That was,
Because-
we've been saying it's Seb's birthday all week, and people have just been believing us, which is
Yeah.
funny. Because his birthday's like
it started
couldn't
because
be farther
He's
away.
getting up there now.
Oh,
His
yeah.
birthday's
it started
recently.
because
like
one of
35.
the people visiting TJ went into like a server that he shares with, and just in general just added Seb and said happy birthday. And I guess a bunch of people that was like mutuals with them
Hmm.
on Discord just started DMing Seb personally and was like, "Oh, happy birthday,
Happy
dude!
birthday,
I didn't
man.
realize."
Happy birthday. And then it
And
just
he had
became
to
a
be,
bit.
and I guess he just kept on doing it to random Discords every other day.
Yeah.
And so now, when he got here, the bit was, let's just do it to everyone in Austin now and just tell them that it's Seb's birthday today.
Dude, fucking, I show up to that party and the idiots just hand me Jaeger bombs. I had I literally got there, and before I'm even in the door, I'm like annoyed because you guys told me to bring like 5 extra things, and I'm like, I had to fucking, it's my end of the work week. I'm pissed off because I had to work that, I was hungover all day from the Thursday night thing.
Yep.
So I get there and I like drop all the stuff, and I have a bunch of like gifts for people. So I'm like trying to give them out, and then I'm just handed 2 Jaeger bombs, and it's just like, well, this is my night now.
Well, one thing you have to do.
Down.
Go.
And then from then on, it was just coasting, and it's probably the most drunk I've been in like a long time. I'm not even kidding.
Fun.
Like Friday night was like the most.
I've been trying to get. I actually was kind of hoping it to be 4th of July, but I think also part of it being at their house made me not want to do it. I want to get like fucked up again.
Dude, all 4 days I was like, I hit a point where I was like, holy shit, I'm fucked up. Like that was so bad that like at the end of the night, Psychic comes upstairs and he's like, here, you're doing a shot with Dulk and TJ.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like literally the most hammered I've ever been in like a long time. And I'm like, okay. And I throw back the shot. And there's a video of me like throwing the shot, like the paper, like the plastic shot glass back on the table. And like, usually I have like self-control, like I know my limit or whatever. Yeah. But this was like, I knew I was like too far gone because I like reluctantly just downed the shot and didn't feel it, like I didn't taste it at all.
I think that must have been before you also took a shot with me as well. That was on camera. I can't remember. Somebody recorded it.
Really? Wait, what was that?
You must have been blacked out at that point. I
never blacked out. I just don't remember.
Must have been. You're crazy good.
I remember everything that happened that night. I did not.
You
black
obviously
out.
don't.
I remember how we got home, and then I remembered when I went to sleep. So.
Do you remember the soju shot you took with? I wasn't drinking
that. I know is not true because I did not. I never took that shot.
So true.
See, this guy's blackout.
Upstairs, you were sitting on the air mattress, and I was looking at you, and I was like, "This guy's gone."
That's the last one. That's what I'm talking about. The one where I threw the cup, right?
No, this guy. No.
Yeah. That's that because I don't remember drinking soju.
I was hoping we got him. You should have continued to gaslight him.
Yeah.
No, I knew I was drunk because I refused to like take the L in Melee, and I just kept throwing my head at the wall.
Oh my god, that was so
kept
fun.
Kicking the shit
that
out of
was
me.
so fun. And then I did the thing where I think I beat you by like 3 or something stocks, and
we had a close like first set.
The beginning was really tight.
Yeah.
And then afterwards,
and I was like, I'm way more drunk than you are.
Yeah,
like, fine, I'll take
I
a shot.
took 3 shots back to back to back, and then I was like, go play Melee again. And at that point, I was on. I was turned on.
You were fired up, and I was.
My brain was turned on.
You were fired up, and I was progressively getting more and more drowsy.
And
so I was just like,
I was having so much fun though. You should have made me do 3 more shots. I kept on begging him. I'm like, Dan, let me take 3 more shots so we can even the playing field even more.
Dude,
I've been telling you, I want to get fucked up.
By the end of the night, I was like sitting in my chair like this, like playing Melee, just like defeated. I was like I was so mad and upset.
Every time I drink, I feel like it's the most fucked up I've ever been. And every time I'm done, I'm never drinking again. I'm never doing that again.
Really? I haven't felt like that in a while. It's been a bit for me. At some point, my body has adapted from like getting drunk and dizzy and throwing up to the morning after I'll just like shit my pants, which is like way better.
We talked about this before in the other one. Yeah, we're shitters.
I just feel like my head get heavy. The passing out was I'm crediting that to like not eating.
Yeah, what happened with that?
So I'm outside. I'm talking with Flory and Zoe. I'm like wearing this jacket thing that I've got on. It's a little warm outside in Texas.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there. They're talking to me, and I'm just sweating.
Oh
it's
yeah,
so hot.
no.
So you just overheated.
My vision starts getting blurry, and I'm sitting there just like leaning. I'm like, I'm not gonna pass out.
You had like heat stroke.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pass out right now. I'm all good.
That's what alcohol does too. Alcohol.
Then I remember Flory just being in my face, being like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, yeah.
"Bro, chill out."
My face. What's wrong with you? And I was on the ground.
Yeah.
I did not remember a thing. I went
just
upstairs.
blinked and you're on the ground.
I watched some of the IT crowd, drank some Sprite, put some pajamas on, came back out, kept going.
What the hell? I just remember hearing
I can't wait till we host a party here so I can change.
I was like,
I know. I felt really bad about being outside with Flory and Zoe when that happened. 'Cause they probably scared the shit out of them.
Yeah.
But it's gonna happen to anyone. Might as well be them.
Dude,
fair.
The goat strat is like if you know there's gonna be a heavy night of drink coming, you just like force yourself to chug water all day and eat like 2 solid meals, and then exactly that's the problem.
It. That's what we'll do to you.
That's why I used to do in like college or like high school, and then like it always just ends poorly. Like you just get sick later on.
You kind of did like do the full storm. You're like, I'm not eating anything. I'm not drinking water. I'm gonna wear hot clothing. I'm gonna be outside. I'm gonna
a long
be.
day. I just edited all day long, and then I was like, all right, time to drink, time to party. That'll do it.
Rookie mistake.
Editing is just like flash forward time. Essentially, it's like, man, I've been bored for the past 12 hours, and now it's 4 a.m. Time to do
Yeah.
it.
Literally.
Nothing will speed up time like editing. Like you just get, once you get like locked in, it's like look at the clock, 2:30. Edit like 3 more minutes. Look at the clock. Oh, it's 4
I know
a.m.
it's insane how long like a minute can take if you actually just if you want to get it to where like you're watching it and you have no notes for yourself. Like I'll do that for most of my edits, but it'll be like I'll spend like an hour on 30 seconds and then I'll be fine with that. But the issue is sometimes I'll look over and I'll be like, no. It's been an hour. There's still like the full rest of the video.
Yeah.
I need the rest of that though.
Dude, that's why editing my video essays suck, because you have to just like scrub through footage looking for like the specific clip that you want to match what I'm saying, and like doing that for like an hour will get you like 15 to 20 seconds sometimes. It's like it takes so long.
It's crazy. Sometimes I'll get in a rut with editing, and I'll just be sitting there, and then I just have to tell myself like, this is not that hard.
Yeah.
Just do it. The hardest part is just getting it done, and then I can just flex.
It's the mental
forcing
work,
yourself
yeah.
to lock in is like the hardest part. Like forcing yourself to start editing and like stop
It is
thinking about
funny.
other things.
The
is
brain
hardest
really
part.
is a muscle, and nothing will show you that more than editing. Because I can literally feel like the fucking back of my head just being.
Yeah.
It'll be like, hey.
You get like a headache
It
after
feels like
editing
it's like
for a while.
flat. You know what I mean? It's like my brain's sagging right now.
It's
That's
a
what
very-
it feels like
it's
when
a very,
I'm doing
like,
a long editing session.
Focus, thought-intensive activity editing, because you're just like you're trying to like meticulously like put together a masterpiece, and your brain's just going in 7 different ways.
I
trying to be
like
creative.
purposely try to set up. So what I'll do is I'll put all my brain power into like the first half of like a bunch of steps, and then I'll leave the brainless part of those steps until later. So when I like fully clock out, I'll just be like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna go to all these different effects that I've added, and I'm gonna attach all the sound effects that I know go along with them, and I'm just gonna do that for like an hour, so I don't have to think, and I just go, oh, this is the green one, this one, green one, this one.
You have like presets and a bunch of shit to like help streamline a little bit. I don't have.
Yeah.
I just like I'm the sloppiest editor ever. I'm like download off the internet and don't even put it in like a separate folder, keep it organized, just
My
like straight to the
download folder on my
timeline.
computer
Boom.
is just
Full of
insane.
garbage.
I'm waiting. There's like 2 or 3 videos that literally have like 20 gigabytes of footage that I'm just like, I'm waiting for it to be gone so I can just delete it and not have to worry.
Dude, the biggest life hack is like recompiling all the files like in Premiere so that you don't have to like, because I used to not know that, and I would just like if I had to like transfer it to a different hard drive or like a different computer or something, I would like go and try to like find all the things and like put them to the same folder. But there's literally a button that just like compiles all the files in the same
it's
spot.
Like hell, you miss one thing.
Yeah.
My
and
only
it's
thing that's annoying
fucked up.
about that is mine tend to be, if I do it, like half of the shit's redundant, because I'll throw something in the timeline, be like, nah, put it away. But if you don't undo it and you just delete it, it'll save it in like the contents of shit in the project, even though it's like not going to be found anywhere. So if I send it to somebody, they're going to be like, hey, this sound file is missing. And I'm like, it's not it's just not if like I'm not using it. But I have to remember that.
Yeah, so it's weird when you try to like relink stuff that even if it's in the project, if it's not on the timeline, it still asks you for it. Like
Yeah.
Like
If it's not needed,
a lot of times you'll just be
don't
like,
tell me.
hey, offline it because it's not
Yeah.
used, and I'll be like, oh, yeah, true, and then I won't have to fucking
I
deal
hate
with
the
it.
media pending in Premiere.
With
Yeah.
the red screen.
No, the green one.
This is with the green one.
Green one. Yellow?
I'm colorblind.
Yellow.
Might be yellow.
Oh, it's
Yeah, the
yellow. Yeah,
one.
there's a yellow and there's a red
That
one.
thing pisses me off. I get mad.
I don't normally-
I'm like,
colorblind.
just load.
There was
green
one
one.
time when I just went full screen, and for it was there normally. It happened today. I went full screen, and I was just glued to a big, low quality yellow screen. I'm like, I undo it, and I can see the timeline. I scrub through. I'm like, the video's there, full screen, back to yellow, and I'm like, it's there.
It's enough to
It's
send
there,
out
please. I raged a little bit today. Noah literally was like, "Are you okay? I heard you hitting your desk."
Yeah, that's another thing. I'll bang on my desk when I edit. Sometimes it's just
Dude.
things like are slow, or if I tab out and then I get back in it.
Because of the work that I do with the
Company I work
company,
for, yeah.
they always use like 4K footage, and it tends to be like
It's super
at
intensive on the processor.
at least like a
That's-
combined total of like probably 7 or 8 hours of actual footage, if not more, because you do like sometimes up to 6 perspectives. So like it's loading like 10 hours of footage at
Yeah.
once, and so hit play, and sometimes it'll take 30 seconds, and then I'll hit stop, and it'll do the thing where it just keeps
I hate
playing.
that.
That's why you have to work. You work in proxies because then it gets.
I do it in
over
480p and it still does this, and I'm like,
Oh, that's crazy.
dude, please.
So that's
please.
where I feel like Mac has a little bit of an advantage
It
because
just
their
works
processors
better.
are just smoother on video playback and stuff like that.
It was
get a MacBook.
it was enough today
my
to make me
laptop's,
be
like,
like,
so much
maybe I
smoother than
put
my
off
PC.
everything else that I need to do, like money wise, and I just get a new fucking CPU and GPU, just fucking upgrade my shit because I'm tired of having to wait. Because it literally like sometimes feels like it's doubling my time because I'm like, I can't do anything.
Yeah.
I can't do anything. I just have to sit and watch it, and then I'll go down a Big Bend, fucking going down the Adobe help forums and going on Reddit and like trying to figure out like, hey, is there a way to fix this? And it's been like threads going like 5 years ago, and it's like, yeah, there's just no fix. It's
Right.
it's just how it is. And I'm like, this has been a thing forever. Just fix it, please. Why?
I feel like
This-
Premiere is like one of the worst apps in the world.
Yes.
And it's impossible to navigate. It's impossible to like figure out. But what you know around it, it's like walking through the woods and you're trying not to get lost. Like you know which trees you've seen before. You know where to get to this and that.
Yeah, it's definitely like high high learning curve where it's
Yeah.
like it's hard to get into, and then like once you get into it, it's like, well, this is my editing software, and
Yeah.
nothing really compares unless like people get into like the $500 whatever the hell Sony Vegas, but even then I'd rather use Adobe.
I just don't like it how it looks. I don't like Sony Vegas. I don't like the other one that's just the D that I don't even remember. Eat my balls.
DaVinci Resolve, yeah.
I don't like them.
Eat my balls.
Eat my balls. I don't care.
As well, if you didn't know, CoolPaden, our guest, is an editor. We haven't really talked about who you are or what you do.
Who are you?
Well, you got your stories from the stuff.
Like a Hot Ones deep dive.
No, we went straight into it. We went straight into
the story.
the juice. But Paden is a Twitch streamer and video editor that is our friend who's moved to Austin now.
That's true. That's true. I did do that, and I do those two things. I'm gonna leave here and go stream tonight.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Do you remember
Rising
when we
Grind.
met? Because I don't.
I don't.
It was. You actually were one of the first people I edited for because I remember I was trying
Oh
to get
yeah.
into the editing scene. I had no work and I was just messaging anyone.
This
being
was old like Pogo Stuck stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just remember being like messaging anyone I knew like, do you have anything I could do just to get like a portfolio going?
Yeah.
But I want to say we met around like May of 22.
Was the first time we met?
In person?
Yeah.
In person was in January of 24.
That was at our house.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first time I met you.
Yeah, in
Interesting.
Sheesh.
Was that was before TwitchCon or no?
No, that was we met
Maybe
at
at
TwitchCon, I feel like, yeah.
Not San Diego, Vegas. Yeah.
Vegas. Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to San Diego though.
We didn't meet there.
We didn't meet
No.
There's
I
a
don't
chance that maybe tangentially, but I don't know.
remember. Did you ever come to the S3K Airbnb in San Diego?
No.
No, we probably didn't meet then.
Big house.
We-
Looked over.
That
No
was
air
a
conditioning.
mess, that
No AC?
Airbnb.
No AC. At least 12
we were
people
like
staying at
the
once.
party house basically.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
we had,
my
we had
God.
like 20 or something people like sleeping at that Airbnb, and then like everyone would be like, come back to our place after the bars or after TwitchCon
Oh, yeah.
at night.
My gut felt like literally like yesterday or like today has felt like not Vegas but San Diego.
Which is
just
awful.
just like empty, and I can tell that like all my body's been processing for the past like 2 or 3 days is not doing anything for it. You know what I mean? Like my body's like
Run on fumes.
it's
right now.
realizing that I've been like filling it essentially with like air food, like it's not real food, and it's like, oh shit, I know you went to bed last night and you felt full.
We can
Hey
get food
buddy,
after
you're
this.
fucked.
We can get some food in between this and the next video.
Oh, I've been eating I ate an entire pizza today.
Oh,
Damn.
so you're chilling.
Yeah, all I was doing was eating a pizza and editing.
Gee Christ.
So
God's country.
God's country.
Are you going to TwitchCon in San Diego this year?
Undecided.
I want
Don't know
to.
yet.
I plan to.
I think we should, because then we can go do like a pod episode with somebody that we're friends with.
Mhm.
Like the top of the list is Evan, probably.
Yeah.
But I don't think a lot of the people that we live with are going. I don't think Seb's going. I don't know if Noah's going.
Yeah, it is.
So-
It is a bit expensive, but
I don't
I
think
mean,
Robin
at
or
least
Cameron's going either. So.
I mean, like I plan to. I'm gonna
haven't
write
paid
it
for
off.
it yet,
I'm writing
so-
that shit off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's
I'm
fair,
writing that
too.
shit off, dude. That's
Uh,
that. I don't make enough money to where like honestly that just covers my taxes for the whole year.
Yeah. I mean,
Done.
I can pay for it, but do I want to pay for it if we're
Going
just
to
gonna
San
go?
Diego's
and-
a lot.
Yeah. And also, we have no idea like who we would stay with or like any sort of like lodging plans, and it's just like if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen last minute.
Mhm.
For
San
me.
Diego last year was fun. I definitely would never go back to Vegas.
No,
That
Vegas
Oh,
was
I've
sucked
never gone to
balls.
Vegas in my entire life.
Vegas is a shithole,
I'm
man.
happy I
That
got to
city's
go
awful.
To like see Vegas.
To experience
Because if
it,
wasn't
yeah.
TwitchCon, I probably would never go.
That was the first time I ever gambled too, and everything. Like,
Yeah?
so that was an experience. But I fucking screw that city,
Did you leave
man.
with any money?
No, I think I was even, and then at the airport slots, I lost like $30 more.
Damn, so they
You
get
were
man.
airport slots?
Because we were I had like a 6-hour wait. Like we went to the airport early for some reason. Then we had, like,
Nothing
6
else
hours
to
in the
do but
airport.
watch the numbers go down.
We had to check out of the Airbnb, so then we went to the airport just at like 6 hours before our flight. Dude, and then the whole flight, I felt like shit, and I had COVID after Vegas. So
That's one thing that I feel
terrible.
like. Actually, did I get COVID last? I got COVID for sure on San Diego. I don't know if I got one from Vegas.
No, I was chilling.
But
in
you're
San
definitely
Diego,
gonna
but-
get some shit
yeah we had a
every time you
convention.
travel, like especially
Yeah.
to like a TwitchCon and stuff. I feel like at least for us, we're all. I mean, I guess for me, I don't want to speak for either of you guys, you beautiful people. But I always just try to fucking go everywhere and anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I'll be
yeah.
like, listen, I could be dying, and I'm like, I'm only here for like a few more days. I'm just gonna go to the party and fucking die, I guess.
Yeah, I'm going to make the most of my
Yeah.
time.
I was trying to do that the first year, but my stomach was also dying. I had some really bad like stomach anxiety issues or whatever. So like the San Diego, I was like spending my mornings just like shitting my fucking brains out, and then
That's
I would
what
like
does it.
I'd be like, fuck it, if I shit my pants, whatever, and then I'd go and I'd forget about my anxiety in my stomach because I'd be out and doing
Fuck,
stuff with
if I
people,
shit my
and
pants,
then I'd
who
be fine.
cares?
And then the next morning I'd wake up and I'd be anxious again because you're staying in a house with like 20 people. It's like
Yeah, it's a lot
you're
of
You're
people.
constantly trying to have to socialize because you're always around people. So then I'd be like shitting the next morning. But then like, in Vegas, me and Noah had we had a smaller Airbnb, not like the big party Airbnb.
Yeah.
And me and Noah had like the master, and I had my own bathroom to like peacefully shower and shit in the morning. So it was a lot more
So
calm.
nice.
But then Vegas was just like a worse TwitchCon than the other ones. So it was,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Again, I'm happy I got to go to Vegas for TwitchCon.
Yeah.
And I would never go back. But oh my god, Vegas is such a shit.
No, it fucking sucked.
Yeah, it definitely sucked for a convention, that's for sure, because it also
It was
was
so
during
expensive,
F1,
too.
right?
Get
Yeah, the
everywhere.
construction on the
It
roads.
was during F1, so they're doing construction, so all the main roads were being shut down, and then there was also a different convention, I think, going on at the same time. So there was just so many people, and the Uber driver was like, yeah, no, you
The Uber
chose the
drivers were
worst
mad.
time to come.
Those are the angriest Uber drivers, man.
Yeah.
I've never been in
It's
Uber
the
that
bad
angry.
ones.
Yeah.
We
Yes.
had a lot of texting and drivers. And
Oh shit.
I was like,
I mean,
I'm
that's
getting my money back
the
on this
Vegas
one.
city of degenerates.
City
so
of Degenerates, yeah.
they're gonna do
Damn
that
right.
shit.
O.J. Simpson lived there. God rest his
Oh
soul.
yeah, got it. Rest in peace. Rest in peace
Godspeed.
to a hero,
Hero, yeah.
dude. I think I remember when we met because you were at the streaming setups with Doc Collin or something. And I waited in line, and when I went to
That's
stream, you
right,
guys were
that's
leaving.
right.
I think that was the first time. I think that was the first time I ever saw
That'd be
you.
the first time.
Yeah.
I was thinking about San Diego. I was like, nah.
No,
I
in
also was at
Vegas,
the streaming
yeah.
centers with Colin, but I was like, yeah, we did meet in Vegas.
I think that was the first time we met. It was like a passing thing, and then you ended up visiting Austin and coming to our house
Yeah.
and partying with us. So,
Yeah.
do you guys remember how you two met?
No.
I think also was January.
I must
Did
have
you go to
been.
Vegas? You went to Vegas.
I went to Vegas.
Yeah, that's right. I don't think we met at Vegas.
I might have seen you.
I might have seen you. I know there were a lot of people I didn't get to actually meet.
You
at
didn't
Vegas.
have a TwitchCon. You only had a
I
one-day
didn't
pass.
have, yeah,
or something?
I didn't even have a
Oh, he didn't have
one-day
a
pass.
convention pass at all. So he just went to for
Oh.
vibes, just to hang out.
Yeah.
He didn't
Yeah.
get into the convention.
Which honestly
I think I tried to
isn't
sneak-
a bad idea.
No.
I
it's
tried
really
to sneak
not.
in one year. Like the very last day, and the person, like 2 people in front of me, just walked in, and then the guy was literally like, "Hey, you have to make sure you tell them to turn around their badge." And then he looked at me and was like, "Oh, can you turn around your badge?" And I was like,
I don't have a badge.
"No, I turned it around. It was the other day because they looked.
Oh.
It was the color
Oh,
coordinated."
Oh,
on
yeah,
the
they're
back,
color
yeah,
coordinated.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was like, "Dude, I would have gotten in if I would."
Wait, so you did have a one-day pass?
No, I borrowed someone's.
You're
It
trying
was
to
an expired old one.
scam the system.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You
But
know,
it won't let me
someone
in.
messaged me trying to borrow my badge.
Oh, really?
A 1-2 mad.
Oh, yeah, that was a situation.
Yeah. Tried to cross paths with me. I hit him with the curse of Ra.
Jesus Christ.
Sit him down.
He like threatened to like come shoot up the TwitchCon,
Yeah.
and I remember like there was like a bunch of I forgot what they call themselves, the like Zoomies and Squid and
Oh, yeah,
Ro.
Squid Ink
What do they
Ink.
call themselves?
I don't know what they
They have a
call them.
name for that group of girls,
Women.
of women.
Bro.
But they were outside and they were like leaving the convention center, and I was leaving with like Mika and I
Yeah,
think Robin
Austin
or
and
something
stuff,
because
yeah.
we heard about it and we were like, all right, we're leaving in case that actually does happen.
Mhm.
And they were all like super like broken up, not or like what's the word, like distraught a
Yeah.
little bit
Mhm.
because they were like, oh my god, like some of our friends have interacted with like him, so
Mhm.
he could be like coming to try to attack them, and it was like a whole thing. And I was just like, is everyone alright? Does everyone have a ride? Like I don't know, it was super. It was a little scary for a little bit, and then like nothing came of it really, thankfully.
Yeah.
So
Just he had some.
some.
So
demons to
what are
fight,
we
but-
talking about now?
What next?
What next?
Well, what's next is a little bit of a break from yapping because we're at the hour mark. But
Damn
Paden,
right.
do you want to shout out your Twitch channel? And whatever you want to do.
If you want to watch my streams, my name, fuck me, dude. My name is CoolPaden. That's CoolPaden.
Good spelling.
And that C isn't cool.
O's and ool.
Go follow him.
Oh, you can also follow me on Twitter. It's Paden Cool though. That's PADEN.
There we go.
COOL.
What are you? You're like 50 viewer Andy these days. You're big time.
Oh no.
Yeah, you are. That's the
Yeah.
last time I was
Oh, last
watching.
time
You
you
were at
saw?
50 viewers.
I don't know.
I was like, sheesh, man, it's got numbers these days.
Who's to say? I just smoke weed.
All right,
On
guys.
stream.
Thank you for having me.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bozo show out.
Dan's the new.
What? Don't say that. Redacted.
Don't nobody repeat that.